Boys and girls, Alex here. I've still got my gummy arm, so I'm continually looking for puzzles as I can't get down to my workshop or not to do any serious work. And I came across this little puzzle box by the name of Dave Richards, who's sort of gave me inspiration with regards to SketchUp quite a few years back. Yeah, big deal. He published this in 2012. And I came across it and I thought, well, bugger it, let's get it into SketchUp. So, he did give me the SketchUp model. This is what I downloaded. He gave me the measurements. I've converted it to my typical MDF lamination style and assembled it. I assembled it, laser cut it, as you can see there. Well, can't see it there, but I assembled it, tried to put it together. The bastard would not go together. So I, read his instructions again, which I'm not too good at reading. But he turned around and said, had this in here. These boxes are difficult to assemble. I managed to put the first one together as designed. It'll probably never come apart. I didn't want to make the boxes so the recipients couldn't do it apart, so he modified the lids a bit. Anyway, I thought, oh, that's great, you know. Where's your modifications? Well, he didn't give me the modifications, so I dropped him off an email, and I came up with this other, after what he told me, this other design. Hang on, I'll get rid of this ugly head here. And, okay, here I am back again. The head's gone, and this is version 2. Now, I think I might have mentioned in the previous version, all the pieces were exactly the same. In this version, 4 pieces are the original size, and 2 pieces are the new modified sizes. If you go into the measurements, the main difference is, in the original, the distance between these 2 pieces was 6 mil. However, what I've done is I've now made the distance between these 2 for the particular sides 7.5 mil, and you'll see why. The main difference is that there's an additional length of 3 mil to these 2 pieces. And you'll notice when you go into the build, hang on, I'll get rid of these bullshit, you don't need that there. You go into the build, if put together exactly as is, you'll notice that there's that now extra 3 mil that you previously didn't have. All right, now let's go in. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. The main reason for that is, and you'll see it in the assembly, is that when you assemble it, you can move this up 3 mil, and that way you can then slip it in through that hole there. So, and that's the whole idea of it. Then bring it back down again. So, okay, let's go through the assembly of it. Once you explode it, those 2 longer sides I use on the side. It doesn't matter where you go, but you've just got to make sure that the piece, that the key that goes in, which is the same as all the other sides, slits between these 2 pieces, this one and that one. Okay, let's go through the assembly. We start off with any bottom piece, but these 2 side pieces, they zip in. As you can see, now the 2 front and the back go in and slot, push down, slot into the holes. The 2 side pieces, now you bring up, you push up, and as you can see, there's that gap there now, which is just the right thickness of that. Actually, that's exactly 6mm. This is 6mm, but by the time you sand it down, it'll be a fraction less than 6, and it'll slide in quite simply. As you can see, you drop it down, it slips in, goes down, and then you bring that down. Naturally, you leave the gap there, but at least, you know, whoever's watching you doing it, it doesn't look so bad when you have it that way. And that's it assembled, and of course, that's it. It zips off to the laser. I've only got one of each difference. As I said, there's 4 of these ones, 2 of these. I only need to send 1 copy to the Corel Draw, so I can then lay 4 copies of this out and 2 copies of that out for printing to the laser. Now, in Corel Draw, let's see. I might as well go there and waste a bit more time. Version 2. Come on, baby. I should have had this up rather than waste time loading it, but doesn't matter. It's your time. There you are. There's the layout. This is actually 2 boxes. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the sides, and 1 and 2 of the other ones. These are the long side ones. I actually printed off a couple of long side ones to make up for the other ones that didn't work, because I only needed to replace 2 sides. The other 4 sides were still usable. Now this is where I actually cut my own dowels. You'll find that these should be, if I look at that, if you have a look up there, it's 6.2mm. The holes that I cut out is 6mm, but when you allow for the curve of the laser, I tried 6mm, 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. 6.2, it turned out that the dowel was just slightly tapered enough that you could slip it in easily in one end, and it was wide enough at the other end to just jam it in enough that it held. So yeah, it didn't actually fall through. With a bit of super glue, and it held up. And then afterwards, because of the design, hang on, we'll go into there. I initially had what do you call it, 6mm dowels there, but I decided to make it 4mm only because there's more meat either side of this little piece here. And then, but I only did that initially for the 2 longer pieces, just so you could tell which is different and all that. But holy shit, they're bloody longer, so you can tell the difference. So straight away I finished up making it all 4mm and 6mm. And for the 4mm, where is it? I made up some dowels as well, as you can see. Pick any one of those. They were 4.2mm. I drew up as with all my puzzles, I sort of draw up these solutions. One side is a brief description. The flip side is usually the solution on it. Print it off on both sides, cut it with the guillotine, and people just don't realise this. I mean, making the puzzle is bugger all. It's all this cutting up and packaging and all that, that's a bucket. But anyway, I thought to myself, this is just boring as is, just a box. So I thought to myself, well, look, it's a 6-sided box. It looks like a dice, but it's a puzzle. So let's put the dice on the inside, which is what I did. Why? I've got no idea. No, I'm stupid. But I put the dice numbers on the inside. Nobody could see it, but hey, looks cute. But then once you've assembled it, you can't see it. And I thought, that's bullshit. We need something. So what I finished up doing is going away from my normal girly figurines and all that. I thought, look, I'll make it more kiddie friendly and put some African animals onto it. Although tigers, I think, are Indian, but doesn't matter. You all know what I mean. Effectively, the two long sides have both got tigers on them, different types, but they've got tigers on them. And when you go back to the other one, you'll notice too. I don't know how many of you actually noticed, but the opposite sides of the dice always add up to 7. And that's why if on one side you've got 1, the other side you'll have the 6, and again 4 and the 3, 2 and the 5. I mean, there you go, just a little bit of trivia. If you ever play Trivial Pursuit and... oh, damned if I don't know. Anyway, that's it, boys and girls. Hopefully I'll be creating a video of making the box, or basic steps in making the box, and another one in actually how I solve it, how you put it together. Alright, boys and girls, that's it. Uru. Yeah, keep safe.